So Bryson says, in the transition, when you get to the top of the backswing, you want to let the arms fall behind you before you go to the target to keep your back as long as possible. Now, the problem with that is, for many of you, that's going to be a massive manipulation. And as you saw in last week's video, you have two operating systems. One you don't want to touch for golf, the one that's manual. So as soon as your brain perceives that you're trying to do something manual, like clean the grooves of your club without scratching the face, you're going to freeze like a statue to allow the brain to perform that task. So when you get to the top of the backswing, you tell your brain, hey, be careful, watch out, make sure you come back down here before we go. That introduces a lot of manipulation in the swing. Here's the good news. You're already perfectly suited and designed to do that naturally without thinking. When you get into reflex mode. What is reflex mode? That's what Bryson's all about.
Let's see what B-Dog's got.
Notice how he comes up immediately at address into his swing and then comes back down to load the ground and then comes back up again into the finish. You're going to see a big up, down, up. So Bryson is reacting to the weight of the arm club unit. And as you can see, man, he's gained some serious pipes and he has a really big, serious arm club unit. So we're using momentum to deliver in the direction of the target. So when Bryson's firing into the direction of the target, so I got a tee here to point me right on my academy building through this little strip of grass between these two divots. So I get set up. The first thing I'm going to do, if I can't use the arms, I'm going to heave the arm club unit into the backswing. So the arm club unit gathers up and then it starts on its way back down and I'm going to react to that. So I'm trying to take the ball from where it lies here and I want to send it out towards that academy building with a nice little draw. So I see where this is supposed to go and I'm using my legs to deliver it out there. So notice at the top of the backswing, when I squat, the arms are coming down behind me all by themselves. And then they come through in front of me here. And then I'm using the legs to continue through and toward that academy building. So it's going to look like this. Heave. Swing through. And there we have it. Beautiful little 173-yard 8-iron. Beautiful divot out in front of the ball. So, if I go drop, I just took it right out of the sky, how do I do that now? Everything is bunched up against me. So, yes, a lot of teachers mean well because they see this over-the-top thing. So why are you over the top in the first place? Well, if that's your target, you're doing this. You have to open up and bring yourself over the top to get to the ball. But the ball is not the target. The target is over there. That's the academy building. So if I take my ball on a string and I set it into motion, notice it's passing in a very specific spot. I can see the direction that it's in. That's too far left. That's too far right. That's in the direction I want. Bring that in. My brain says you're a little high, get lower. And there we have it. So who's hitting that ball? Not me. It's my ball on a string. So if I do the same thing here with my arm club unit, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Do you see the blur? It's going in the direction that I want. And I can feel the low point of my swing right there in front of the ball as I'm moving in that direction. Bring it in. So now I got my distance to ball, I got my ball position. I feel the weight of the arm club unit. That's why you see Bryson bouncing up and down and getting ready. And then you see him heave into the backswing. You see him come right out of it. Well, in order for you to load the ground adequately, you've got to come up in the backswing. But don't worry, your brain is so well designed, it is a gravity genius. It's reacting to the weight of that ball on a string. So you can see that my ball on a string is passing in a very specific spot. Look at my hand going up and down. If I stop going up and down with my hand, no more power. I can replace that with my legs. See that? Because I'm reacting to the weight of the ball and I feel where it's tracking, I can go a little lower and get the ground. I can go a little higher and not get the ground. I can be super accurate with that. So if I bring that to the tee, there we go. See how accurate that is? So, let it swing. Let it swing. Let it swing. I'm too high. Get lower. Oh, look at that. Hey, that's the amount I need. So, feel the weight of the arm club unit, heave it up, and let it release me in the direction that is parallel to this tee. Here we go. Heave. And beautifully struck a quarter groove low. Look at that. 178 carry. Isn't that cool? And there's so much effortless power in there because it's all legs. Now, if you want to sabotage that, go with the arms. So you heave, hit the ball. You're going to stay right up there. You can't hit the ball. You're going to let the arm club unit track an arc. Then you're going to put the ball in the way of that arc. Now the ball is in the way of the arc. I can heave and let it go. Heave. You hear that sound? That was so pure. We got a nice crosswind right now. Come on, that can't be right. That was 188 yards, 8-iron. Moo, that's your 9-iron. I can't be one club away from you, man. That's impossible. So, oh yeah, that's why. The backspin on that was a little bit low. I came out like a flyer out of the rough. So, feel that, bring it in, feel the weight, heave and let it swing through, let it pass into the direction that is that academy building. Here we go. Oh yeah, that was perfect. Splitting the building in half, 182 carry. Crazy. That's so good. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. You want to work with us. We've been teaching what Bryson's doing for the last 3-4 years. We've been teaching that for over 20 years. We're really the experts in ground forces. I've been a teaching professional with the PGA of Canada for the last 40 years. Isn't that crazy? Full-time teacher, 40 years, and I love what I do. I am more excited today about my job than I was when I first started. So come on over to wisdomingolfpremium.com, check things out. You'll really be amazed at the quality of the instruction that we have. You need some help, you go to the comments section. You need some extra help, we'll do some video analysis with you. You need some one-on-one, we have a whole fleet of one-on-one spots that we can be with you every week and, you know, hold your hand through the process over the course of this off season so that you can be ready for next season. All the best, see you soon.